Yo, what is up, boys? It's your boy back with another one. We're gonna be going over the full card predictions for UFC Atlantic City. We're gonna be out there with a crowd. Finally, we're back in the we're back to back in the Apex for 2 weeks, and I hated it so much. I hate the Apex so much. The energy is just not the same. But we're gonna be back with a crowd next week. Next weekend. So can't wait for it. We got a title eliminator on our hands in the main event. We got Aaron Blanchfield taking on man in Fiorot. No co-main when we have Joaquin Buckley taking on Vincente Luque. That's going to be one hell of a co-main event right there. And let's get into it, guys. Before we get into it, make sure you guys hit the like down below, leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm, and become a member to support the channel. And now let's get into it now, guys. First fight on the card, we're going to be starting with the early prelims. First fight on the card is Angel Pacheco taking on Caolán Loughran. As much as I wanted to pick Pacheco here, his path to victory is going to be with the striking, like putting up the striking numbers, defending takedowns. Caolán Loughran came in on that Paris card against who did he fight? I think he fought this that French dude. Let me pull it up here for a second. I can't remember his name right now. He fought the guy that fought Free Boss, right? Yeah, Taylor Lapillus. Yeah, Taylor Lapillus is a good fighter, really good kickboxer, and yeah, he was taking him down, just couldn't really hold him down, couldn't really do any damage when he got the takedowns. He's coming into this fight as a sizable favorite here, like over 3-1, which is kind of crazy. So, like, if you're trying to bet on this, I mean, it's definitely dog or pass betting wise. I mean, I can't bet on a guy like that. So, that's like doesn't throw a ton of volume out there on the feet. He only threw like 40 significant strikes against the Lapillus. I mean, Lapillus is a really slick striker on the feet, so he was able to just pick him apart. But Caolán Loughran still got some takedowns. I like that he sticks to a game plan. I'm gonna have to pick Loughran here as much as I want to pick Pacheco here as a pretty big underdog. I mean, but he got taken down himself by Danny Silva. Danny Silva was a really good fighter, so I don't think that's a horrible loss. And that's one of the best fights we've seen on Dana White Contender Series, which is why Dana signed him after that fight. Dana signed both Danny Silva. We saw Danny Silva go out there and beat just Josh Kulabau. So Danny Silva's a good prospect in his own right. So really no shame losing to Danny Silva. But this is not a favorable matchup for Pacheco, in my opinion. Pacheco was fighting at 145. He's moving down to 135 now. Like I think this is the first time he's cutting down to 135, if I'm not wrong. And I'm a big fan of Pacheco. I'll tell you guys that right now. Like I don't want to be biased in this pick. Betting wise, I mean, Pacheco's path to victory is going to be defending takedowns, landing enough output on the feet. Definitely doesn't have more power than Loughran. I think Loughran probably has more power, one punch power, and we have seen Pacheco get knocked down in that first round against Danny Silva. So maybe the power, maybe Loughran can show his power in this fight. And we know he's gonna stick to the wrestling game plan. I could see him winning at least 2 out of 3 rounds. I don't think he's finishing Pacheco. I'm gonna go with the Loughran by decision is gonna be the pick. And if you guys want to bet on this one, I mean, betting on this one, Loughran is a sizable favorite here. Minus 325 is crazy. I mean, I don't know who's parlaying Loughran here, but I mean, this is dogger pass betting wise. I can't really bet on a guy like 3-1, over 3-1 here. I don't mind over 2.5. I think Pacheco is tough, man. Pacheco is going to be tough to get Pacheco out of there. Loughran's going to have to land a clean shot, put him out, like clean knockout. That's the way you're going to get Pacheco out of there because Pacheco is not going to quit on himself. This dude is tough. He's not going to give up out there, man. But I'm going to go with Caolán Loughran by decision. It's just going to be my unbiased pick because I almost wanted to pick Pacheco here as a pretty big underdog. But I do think that Loughran has more. He's a younger guy here, so he's going to be making more improvements. And I think Loughran probably gets it done by decision here. So that's going to be the pick. Loughran by decision is going to be the pick here. All right, guys. Next up, we got Andre Petroski taking on Jacob Malkoun. And I don't know. I've never really been high on Jacob Malkoun. I mean, he should have won his last fight against Cody Brundage. I mean, he was absolutely dominating Cody Brundage. I think Cody Brundage landed like a clean shot on him, kind of rocked him a bit early, but he eventually got the takedown. And he was able to just throw some nasty ground and pound, through some back of the head elbows, and they called it disqualified on Jacob Malkoun. And I told everyone to not bet him last time because I knew this guy doesn't have the best fight IQ out there. He does have better cardio here, so like he's gonna. Both these guys are grapplers. Jacob Malkoun probably has better technical striking on the feet. Petroski is a guy that can hit harder. I think he's got decent wrestling in his own back pocket too. So Petroski's is gonna be his cardio is not really there most of the time, which is why I think Jacob Malkoun is favored here to win. Jacob Malkoun is actually 2-1 here. So I mean, Petroski has not looked good. He got starts by Michel Pereira. That was Michel Pereira's debut at middleweight. I mean, we know Michel Pereira is an absolute monster at 185. Michel Pereira 2.0. I mean, I picked Michel Pereira both of those times when he went out there and absolutely ran through those guys at middleweight. McCall ran through him. Came through with the submission. I called the submission of Michel Pereira in that one. I wish I bet it. It was plus 650. But yeah, I mean, Michel Pereira is an absolute monster. Really no shame losing to Michel Pereira. And then I think before that, he won his fight over GM3 Gerald Meerschaert, and he absolutely gassed out in the third round. Looked like he was so tired, and GM3 was absolutely piecing him up on the feet in the third round. I think he did have a knockdown in that fight. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not mistaken, let me see here. I think he did have a knockdown in that one. Petroski against GM3. Yeah, he did have a knockdown. They gave him a knockdown in that one. I think the second round where he got a knockdown, still got outstruck. I mean, he's not a guy that's going to throw a ton of volume out there. Jacob Malkoun has better cardio here. It's tough though. This is a tough fight to pick because Petroski is a pretty big underdog here. Sorry, guys, I'm kind of sick right now. Like I got some cough. I just took some medication, so I apologize if I don't feel like I'm not feeling too good right now. But let's get back to the picks now. So this is a tough one, man. I'm gonna lean towards Andre Petroski here. I just haven't been high on Jacob Malkoun, man. I remember when he came in against Phil Hawes, and Phil Hawes absolutely starched him. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not that high on Jacob Malkoun, man. And Petroski is a pretty big underdog here. Like Petroski is coming into this fight as a pretty sizable underdog. He's plus 170, man. I think it goes over 2.5 either way. But I'm gonna lean towards Andre Petroski. I think he can land the bigger shots, get enough takedowns maybe. But I don't really trust his cardio, so I'm probably not gonna bet him, to be honest with you guys. Maybe bet the spread. Jacob Malkoun, if he gets on top of him, I mean, Jacob Malkoun can definitely hammer away with some ground and pound, right? But I'm gonna lean towards the Petroski here as a pretty big underdog because I don't trust Malkoun at this line. Like I don't even trust him as a pick at this line. Minus 200 for Jacob Malkoun. He's pretty good. I mean, he's much more technical on the feet, but his fight IQ is kind of bad sometimes. So I'm gonna lean towards Petroski here, and I think it goes over 2.5 rounds at minus 160 here. All right, guys. Next up, we have Victoria Dudakova taking on Melissa Gatto, and this is Dudakova is a grappler too. Her striking has been looking really clean. I mean, she went out there against Jinyu Frey and looked phenomenal on the feet. I mean, she actually got a knockdown in that fight over. I think she got a knockdown at the end of the first round. I watched the fight this morning, and I was really hoping that she would go out there and get a submission over Jinyu Frey, but Jinyu Frey is absolutely jacked. She's ripped. It's a tough fight for her. I mean, she's not favored to win here, and I get why she's not favored to win here, because Melissa Gatto does have really good grappling skills. She's got way better jiu-jitsu on the ground. She's way more dangerous on the ground with submission skills. We know that Dudakova, if you try to take her down, I mean, you can get her down to the ground. Jinyu Frey shot a takedown. She came back in the second round, shot a takedown, got a takedown in the second round. And Dudakova was having a hard time getting back up to her feet. She was eventually able to work her way back up to her feet with like a minute to go, and she was absolutely landing some significant strikes at the end and the last minute in the second round. Still wasn't enough to win that second round back for Dudakova, So he's only 25 years old. I mean, she's young. Dudakova is so young. And how old? I think she's like 20. Yeah, Dudakova is only like 25 years old. Yeah, she's so young. She's fought 5 times in the last like two and a half years. Like I love to see when fighters out there competing, staying active as well. She fought 4 months ago, and now she's already back in the cage. And I did pick Lipski over Melissa Gatto last time, and a lot of people thought that Melissa Gatto won the fight. Personally, I'm not one of those people. Maybe because I picked Lipski to win. I've been picking Lipski as a dog most of in her last couple of fights, and she's been catching for me. But yeah, we picked Lipski over O'Neal too, and Lipski. They keep making Lipski underdog, and I'll keep picking her. But let's get back to this fight. I mean, so Melissa Gatto, like she's got way better grappling. Like, see, I can definitely see her getting the body lock and I mean getting in on the hips on Dudakova and getting some takedowns. But I could see Dudakova working her way back up. I mean, but Gatto's ripped. She's gonna be more physically stronger in the grappling exchanges. But on the feet, I mean, I could see Dudakova's got some fast hands. I mean, she's underdog in this one, so I'm gonna lean towards Dudakova here. I think Dudakova can throw more significant strikes out there. I don't know if he's got more power than Gatto. I think Gatto probably has more power. We've seen Gatto get knockouts at the UFC level over Leonardo Santos is pretty mid, but still a knockout either way. So you got a knockout over Sedriques Eubanks, who's pretty low level. So he's got a Kimura over Kirill Hossa. I mean, Kirill Hossa is not a bum. We know Kirill Hossa's he put up one of the best women's MMA fights against Rena Donna. So getting a Kimura over Kirill Hossa, I mean, that's no easy task. But I'm gonna go with the dog here. Dudakova, she's gonna have to keep it on the feet. She doesn't keep it on the feet, she's probably gonna lose this fight. So I hope that Dudakova can keep it on the feet in this one. And Dudakova is coming into this fight as a plus 143. So I like Dudakova here, but if you guys want to bet on Gatto, I mean, I would look at the finish only for Gatto because I don't think that Dudakova is finishing Gatto. Gatto's tough as hell. She's got a chin on her. She's getting cracked by Lipski, but her chin is holding up. She's got a really good chin on her. I'm gonna lean towards a better striker here on the feet. I think Dudakova can edge her out on the striking. So he's gonna have to keep it on the feet for at least 2 rounds. If she gets taken down in 2 rounds, she's probably gonna lose this fight. Gatto is a very good grappler. She's got pretty good wrestling too. I mean, Lipski's wrestling takedown defense has been improving. So she only got like 1 takedown, and Lipski was right back up to her feet. But Lipski's a physically strong fighter. So Dudakova, I think Dudakova can pull it off here by decision. That's gonna be the pick. All right, guys. I don't mind maybe like a half a unit on Dudakova. I think Dudakova is not a bad bet here. I don't mind point spread on Dudakova. I think she can at least win 1 round if she loses this fight. Gatto, like, she's obviously live for submission. She's got way better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the ground. But I could see Dudakova getting this one done by decision. All right, guys. Next up, we got Aslan taking on Anton Turkalj, and this is a rematch. If you guys didn't know. And they fought on Dana White Contender Series. That's what got Anton Turkalj that contract. And Turkalj was getting absolutely beat the shit out of him. I mean, Aslan was absolutely beating the piss out of him in that first round. Gassed trying to finish Turkalj, and Turkalj was able to get a submission on him and got him out of there because Aslan was absolutely gassed. So. And then they gave Aslan another opportunity on Dana White Contender Series. They absolutely knocked the guy out in the first. I think it was Renato Jr. He knocked him out in the first round. Absolutely put it on him. This guy's willing to get into the firefight and exchange. And I'm gonna go with the Aslan here. I think he's gonna be able to get this done. As I think he's gonna fight more patiently this time. I don't think he's gonna rush in like he was doing in the first fight. And Turkalj, like he's been getting knocked out. He got knocked out in the first round against Tyson Pedro, who's retired now. Tyson Pedro is a good fighter. I'm not talking bad about Tyson Pedro, but Tyson Pedro is a decent fighter. But Turkalj looked horrible in that fight. He did look decent against in that fight with the Vitor Petrino. Yeah, Vitor Petrino. He took Vitor Petrino down 6 times. Vitor Petrino took him down like 7 times. So. Turkalj is a really good grappler. I know he's 0-3 in the UFC, but he's actually a really good fighter. That's why the lines are like basically pick him here. But I'm gonna lean towards Aslan here. I think he can. He's a very strong, physically strong dude, and as long as he doesn't gas himself out trying to finish Turkalj, and Turkalj doesn't get finished, and Turkalj maybe can pull off a light submission. That's the only way I see Turkalj getting this done. But Turkalj does have really good grappling, though. He can definitely go for takedowns in the second. Turkalj is going to be live in the second, third round. I think Ebo is going to be live in the first round for a KO. So I like Ebo here by KO TKO. I think Ebo will get this done by knockout probably in the first round, to be honest with you guys. I think this dude has a ton of power. And when he goes for a finish, man, he's probably gonna get the finish this time. I think he's not gonna rush in, like he's not gonna blow out his tank like last time. And if you look at the lines, I mean, lines are basically dead even here. Evo Aslan is minus 115 here, and Turkalj is minus 105. I'm gonna see where this line goes. I'll probably bet on Evo here. I think Evo was underdog for like minus 105 like last week. I was keeping an eye on the lines here, but either way, I think it goes under 1.5 rounds. I like under 1.5 minus 125, but I like Ebo money line. I think Ebo is gonna get this done by knockout. I would look at the knockout prop for Ebo here. All right, guys. Next up, we got Dennis Buzukja taking Connor Matthews, and Dennis Buzukja is a solid wrestler, like really good wrestling, really good submission skills, decent striking too. Hasn't looked all that good at the UFC level. He came in on short notice against Sean Woodson, and just couldn't close the distance. Couldn't really land anything significant out there. He's a guy that's gonna press forward though. He's not gonna be on the back foot. He'll press forward, look for takedowns. Had a hard time against Sean Woodson, who's like probably could fight at welterweight, to be honest, easily. I mean, Sean Woodson should be fighting at welterweight. Cuts a ton of weight to make 145. And then Buzukja looked horrible against Jamall Emmers. I mean, he got knocked out with the first straight right that Jamall Emmers did. Jamall Emmers is a really good fighter, but he got knocked out in the first like under a minute, man. I mean, I don't know what the hell he was doing in that one. Didn't even shoot a takedown. Connor Matthews, I mean, he fought on the Dynamite Contender Series twice. He came in against Francis Marshall. Yeah, he fought Marshall. Marshall was able to land the bigger, more significant strikes on Matthews. Matthews is improving, man. He came back in the second Dana White Contender Series appearance and fought a Brazilian dude. His name is kind of escaping me right now. What was his name? I'm gonna pull up his name if I can remember his name here. He fought he fought Jair for Rhys, and he was a plus 170, plus 180 dog in that one. Looked great, man. I mean, Connor Matthews looked right out there. Got takedowns on for Rhys. Was able to land the more significant strikes on the feet. His striking is really decent. I mean, he's got fast hands, really good, nice combinations, really nice body shots. I'm gonna lean towards Connor Matthews here, man. He's underdog here, and even though Dennis Buzukja is the one coming into this fight with the UFC experience, he trains at Ray Longo in Weidman MMA over there with guys like Rob Dawes-Willie and Alderman Sterling. We know all these guys that train over there. Like someone like there's good guys that train over there, like Rob and Algeo and some other guys. Then there's guys like Buzukja and the other guy like who's the guy that fought against Angeliger? Charalampus Gregorio, like looked horrible. I mean, what was he doing out there? Like Gregorio looked dog shit out there. I'm gonna pick Connor Matthews here as a dog. I think Connor Matthews can get this done. I think he can land more significant strikes. I think he can outstrike him on the feet. And he's got decent grappling in his own pocket too. He can go for submissions. I mean, he's got really nice back takes. I love his back takes, and I think he can get this done, man. He's coming in. He's coming off the Dana White Contender Series. But I really think that he can get this done. I think this is gonna be this is a fight that he can definitely win. Betting on this, I mean, Connor Matthews is coming in at plus 110. I have him in a parlay. We'll talk about the parlay that I have him. I got him in 3-leg parlay for like plus 300. I think Connor Matthews can win this fight by decision. I'm gonna go with Connor Matthews by decision in this one. All right, guys. Next up, we have Julio Arce taking on Herbert Burns. And oh man, both of you guys have been inactive. Herbert Burns hasn't fought in 2 years. Julio Arce hasn't fought in a year and a half. Julio Arce is a way better striker, which is why I like him here. Burns is kind of a quitter. he's nowhere near the level of Gilbert Burns. Is Gilbert Burns' brother. Not anywhere near that level. Honestly, thought Herbert Burns was cut from the UFC, but I guess he's still in the UFC. I mean, Julio Arce is a really good striker. I mean, he fought some really good guys. I mean, he fought Shang Yudong. I mean, he fought some decent opponents, man. Julio Arce has been in against some high level guys, man. Who else did he fought? I can't even remember him. It's been so long. Yes, he got knocked out by Shang Yudong. He fought Daniel Santos. Willie Santos is a really good fighter. We know that much. Under Evo, no, not that good of a fighter, but he went to split with Hakeem Dawodu. He lost to Montel Jackson. Montel Jackson was able to just mix in the grappling, I think, in that one. I'm gonna go with Julio Arce here, man. I think Julio Arce is gonna win this fight, but am I gonna go bet him a -500? Probably not. I don't know. I don't think I can get there. I'm -500 on a guy that hasn't fought in a year and a half. Yeah, I don't think I can get there on a -500 in Julio Arce, but this is a fight that he shouldn't lose. But Burns is a dangerous dude, man. He knocked out Nature Train. I mean, he knocked out Nature Train with some knees to the body. Like Herbert Burns is dangerous in that first round. As long as Julio Arce doesn't get careless and get lazy with his striking defense in the first round, I could see. I do see Julio Arce getting this on once it goes past the first round. I think it's Julio Arce's fight to win. Like he's gonna win this fight anywhere he goes. I think he can get a knockout on Herbert Burns. I'm gonna say that Julio Arce gets a knockout in the second or third round. I'm gonna say second on TKO for Julio Arce. We're probably not even gonna get plus money on the knockout for Julio Arce. I'm gonna go with the Julio Arce by KO TKO. I think he can get him out of there by knockout. Burns was actually looking good against Bill Algeo though. Like before he just kind of quit out there. Like that was exhaustion from damage. I mean, he basically just quit out there because Algeo just put that pace on him in the second round. I think it was the second round, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was the second round. Yeah, he just kind of quit out there. He's like, I'm done. Burns is a quitter, so I can't pick a quitter, even though he's a pretty big underdog here. The line shouldn't be this wide. But I get why it's this wide because we know this guy has that quit in him. He can quit out there when things are not really going his way. Julio Arce by KO, TKO, probably in the second. I'm going to go second on TKO for Julio Arce here. And let's look at the betting on this. So I don't know if I like betting on this one. I mean, -600 now. It's not even -500 anymore. So it was -500, so it's -600 now for Julio Arce. Under 1.5 rounds, -115. This is tricky because, I mean, if Julio Arce is a really good striker, really good power, I'm going to lean towards under 1.5 here, but I like the under 2.5 rounds more than the under 1.5 here. I think we're going to see a finish here either way. But I'm going to lean towards under 1.5 for now. I think we're probably going to see a finish here and probably pretty early. But both these guys have been so inactive, so really know maybe they can take their time to get things going. But I'm going to lean towards under 1.5, and I like Julio Arce is going to win this fight. I'm pretty confident in Julio Arce to win this fight. I just don't know if I can get there for parlays for Julio Arce. He hasn't fought in a year and a half. And Herbert Burns is a dangerous grappler too. He's got some nice submission skills and some power on the feet too. He can definitely crack on the feet in the first round whenever he's got his gas tank behind him. We're gonna go Julio Arce by TKO in the first round. All right, guys. Next up, we got Virna Jandiroba taking on Lupita Godinez, and this is a nice matchup, man. I like this matchup to see where these girls are at. Jandiroba is a really good grappler, so he can go for takedowns. Really good control. So he's got some of the best control WMMA once he gets a takedown. So he's been beating some ranked opponents lately. Like he went out there, beat my girl Marina Rodriguez. I did have money on Marina Rodriguez in that one, and we know Marina Rodriguez can definitely get out grappled, so it wasn't that shocking to me. But I thought Marina Rodriguez can land enough damage on the feet to where she can pull off a decision. And Marina Rodriguez was piecing her up in that third round. So Jandiroba, like, she's live for winning 2 rounds here at least. But Lupita Godinez has shown pretty good grappling skills. She's got pretty good takedown defense, 86% takedown defense here for Lupita Godinez. But this is a really good strike. This is a really good grappler that's just facing here. I mean, Jandiroba has takedown accuracy at 39%, and but she's beating strikers mostly. She's been going out there beating strikers, and I'm gonna lean towards Lupi Godinez here. I think Lupi Godinez probably gets us done. Yeah, I think yeah. Virna Jandiroba has been beating strikers mostly. He went out there beat Mina Rodriguez by decision. He won 29-28. Beat Angela Hill, who's not really a grappler, she's more of a striker. Went out there beat Maratha. It was Maratha broke her arm in that one, so not that shocking. Girls that do have good grappling in the back pocket and that can strike are beating her, like Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Heba. So I think Lupi Godinez is gonna beat her up here, and I like Lupita Godinez here by decision. Either way, I like the over 2.5 in this one. I think this goes over 2.5 rounds either way, no matter who wins this fight. I don't mind the spread on Virna Jandiroba. I think she can win at least one round out of 3 rounds. Like I think she will get at least one takedown and get some control time. Not really a submission grappler, so I'm not really worried about her submitting Lupi Godinez. Lupi Godinez is training over there with Alexa Grasso and Diego Lopez and that camp over there. So I like Lobo Gym MMA. So I like Lupi Godinez. Yeah, I think she's gonna win this fight. I've done pretty well picking it on Lupi Godinez fights. I picked her against Tabitha Ricci. I picked her against Elise Reed. I picked her against Emily Ducote. And yeah, I can't remember if I picked her against Cynthia Calvillo, but Jandiroba, like, it's not a bad fighter. I mean, she's got win over Angela Hillary, not a bad win. But I think she's gonna lose this fight by decision. I'm gonna go Lupi Godinez here by decision. And betting on this one, I'm not really biting my nails to go bet on this fight. Minus 180 for Lupi Godinez is kind of wide. Because Virna Jandiroba is a really good grappler. You can definitely. I mean, I'm not saying she's gonna grapple Lupi Godinez, but she gets some takedowns. She gets 2 takedowns in 2 rounds, in the first round, second round, get some control. But I feel like Lupi Godinez will work her way back up to her feet and land enough damage on the feet, land enough. She's a way better striker. The gap on the feet is way bigger than the gap on the ground, in my opinion. Over 2.5, I love the over 2.5 as a parlay piece here. I think this fight goes over 2.5. I don't see either girl finishing either one of them. Jandiroba doesn't have the best striking defense, so Lupi Godinez can definitely crack. We know Lupi Godinez has power. She knocked down Elise Reed a couple of times and submitted her, but even if she gets some knockdowns, I mean, Jandiroba has shown pretty good chin. She's tough. I don't think she's gonna quit out there. Either way, I think it goes over 2.5 rounds. I don't mind Lupi Godinez by decision. I think Lupi Godinez, if we can get plus money on the Lupi Godinez by decision, I think that's not bad. That's gonna be the pick. Lupi Godinez by decision is gonna be the pick in this one. All right, guys. Next up, we got Nate the Train Landwehr taking on Jamall Emmers, and I'm a big fan of Nate the Train. I'll tell you guys that right now. I'm a big fan of Nate the Train. He's not going to be the more technical fighter here. Jamall Emmers will be the much more technical fighter here. He's got very good wrestling skills too, very good takedown defense. His takedown defense is a 90%. I mean, that's really good takedown defense considering the opponents that he's faced in the UFC. He's getting up there in age. I mean, both these guys are like over. I think Nate the Train's like 34 years old, and Jamall Emmers is. I think Jamall Emmers is like 35 years old. So they're both getting up there in age right now, so they're not the youngest guys fighting at 145. But this is a tough fight. I mean, Jamall Emmers is going to be the way better technical striker. Has good cardio. He can go 3 rounds. We see him go 3 rounds many times. Need the Train. I mean, he can definitely put the pace on you. Like he's got really good pace that he can keep up with. Really nice submission skills. He submitted Ludwig Klein with a nasty submission. That one, it was an anaconda choke. Has a win over David Inama. Went to war with David Inama. That was one of the best fights I've seen at 145. And David Inama kind of gassed out in that one. Submitted Aslan Lingo. Not really the best win there, but still submission. And then he lost to Danny Gay. Danny Gay clipped him a couple of times, knocked him down in the first, second round. Then Nate the Train still won the third round. I mean, this dude is impressive. And as much as I want to pick Nate the Train here, man, I don't know if I can, because he's not going to be the better fighter here. I still haven't decided if I want to pick Nate the Train or Jamall Emmers. I mean, Jamall Emmers is favored to win here at 2-1, and he's got decent takedown defense, but he can get lackluster if the fight hits the ground. I mean, and Nate the Train can definitely wrap up a submission or some type. We've seen who's the guy that we've seen Pat Sabatini get that heel hook. Pat Sabatini was in trouble because Jamall Emmers rocked him badly. in that first round. Pat Sabatini got that heel hook really quickly, but Pat Sabatini was rocked. And then I think that he won the fight against Jack Jenkins, even though I bet Jack Jenkins by decision plus 300. That was a bad decision in my opinion. I think Emmers should have won the fight there. He's coming off that absolute brutalization over Denis Buzukja. He absolutely brutalized Denis Buzukja. Just knocked him out in the first, like, under a minute. It was like not even a minute. I think it was like less than a minute. Yeah, 49 seconds, and he did miss weight for that one. Emmers came came in at 147 for that one. So you guys gotta watch out for his weigh for his weigh-ins. That's the only time that he's ever missed weight. That's the first time missing weight. But this is a tough fight, man. I'm still don't know who I'm gonna pick in that one. Like I still can't decide. As much as I want to pick Nate the Train here, I'm gonna go Nate the Train here, man. Fuck it. I'm gonna go Nate the Train here. I'm gonna go Nate the Train by decision. I just hope he doesn't get clipped. If he gets clipped, I mean Jamall Emmers is gonna be the better striker. He can definitely clip him and put him away. Herbert Burns was able to knock out Nate the Train. I'm gonna take the dog here, man. Nate the Train. I know he's gonna go out there fight for money, and I'm gonna take Nate the Train here, man. I was gonna pick Emmers here, but I'm so biased in this one. I'm so biased in this one. So probably don't listen to me. Do your own research on this one. Nate the Train coming in at plus 168. Jamall Emmers coming in at minus 193. I'm gonna take the dog here. Nate the Train plus 168 here. Dover 2.5 rounds is minus 175. I'm gonna take Nate the Train by maybe by decision or something, but I could see like a submission too. Submission is not unlikely here, in my opinion. Jamall Emmers has been subbed a couple of times, been subbed twice. Once at the UFC level with the heel hook. I'm gonna say goes the distance, and I think Nate the Train can put that pace on him through enough body kicks, and he's got really nice deep kicks to the body from the outside. He's fought some decent guys too, man. Tough one, man. This is a tough one. I'm definitely biased in this one. I'm a big fan of Nate the Train. But I feel like he can pull something off here. So I'm gonna go Nate the Train here by decision. Is gonna be the pick here. Yeah, that's gonna be the pick here. Nate the Train by decision here. Over 2.5, honestly not terrible. Over over 2.5 minus 175. I think it goes over 2.5. Over 2.5 rounds. Nate the Train's gonna do the pick plus 160, a dog pick. Alright guys, next up we have Chidi Njokuani taking on Rhys McKee, and Chidi Njokuani, man, even the fight, he's on a 3-fight losing streak right now, and he could have won all of those fights in my opinion. He should have won all those fights as long as he didn't gas himself out, quit out there. Like he rocked Mikhail Olejic, absolutely had him in trouble. I mean that Abu Ghraib fight, Abu Ghraib was taking him down over and over, but Abu Ghraib was having success on the feet too. But that fight could have gone either way in my opinion. Gregory Rodriguez fight, even he landed a nasty flat, like I think it was like a knee or something, or a head kick. I think it was a head kick that he landed, and Gregory Rodriguez had a nasty cut open on Gregory Rodriguez's forehead, where you could see the skin, you could see the bone under Gregory Rodriguez's forehead. And then Rodriguez took him down and pounded him out. This is a fight that Chidi Njokuani should not be losing. If he loses this fight, just cut him, UFC. Just cut him, because Rhys McKee is pretty horrible. He's got some of the worst takedown defense I've seen. 33% takedown defense. Striking, it doesn't have a ton of power. He can definitely land more output though. He's got good cardio. He's got way better cardio than Chidi Njokuani, in my opinion. But his striking defense is horrible. He's landing six significant strikes. That's probably those numbers are probably that horrible because he got absolutely dominated by Khamzat Chimaev. Didn't land a single strike in that one, so does not look too much into the significant strikes. Chidi Njokuani is gonna have to get him out of there early, because Rhys McKee, he can definitely put that pace on him. He's not gonna be the better striker here though. I don't think Rhys McKee's all that good. I don't know if I can bet on Chidi though, the way he's been looking lately. But all those guys, I think they would absolutely beat the piss out of Rhys McKee. I'm gonna go Chidi here by first round TKO. I think you can get him out of there by knockout. If Chidi is who we think he is, he should get this guy out of there in the first round. Way better striker, way more dangerous, way more finishing ability. He knocked out my boy Marc-Andre Barrios, the power bar. So if you can knock out Marc-Andre Barrios, he's got a decent chin on him, solid chin. I think you can get Rhys McKee out of there. Betting on this, I mean, Rhys McKee is coming in at plus 165, and Chidi Njokuani coming in at minus 190. I like Chidi Njokuani here. I think he's gonna get this done. I don't know if I can bet on him though. Maybe I might take Chidi by maybe knockout or something. Rhys McKee can definitely pull it off if he just survives the first round and a half. That's where Chidi's so dangerous. I'm gonna go Chidi here by knockout. I think Chidi's gonna get this knockout here, probably likely in the first round. All right, guys. Next up, we have Bill Algeo taking on Kyle Nelson, and I'm gonna go with Bill Algeo here all day. I don't think Kyle Nelson's all that good, even though he has that win over Fernando Padilla. I mean, Fernando Padilla looked great out there. I was really sleeping on Fernando Padilla yesterday, so he proved me wrong. So good on Fernando Padilla. But I'm gonna go with Bill Algeo here. I think Bill Algeo is a way better striker, has way better cardio, throws a ton of volume out there, throws way more volume than Kyle Nelson. Has a decent takedown defense. His takedown defense is 56%, but he's he's fought some decent opponents, so that's why the takedown defense probably looks horrible on paper, in my opinion. But yeah, I think Bill Algeo is gonna get this done, man. Look at the guys that he's fought. He's fought Hernandez. I bet him against Hernandez. He fought TJ Brown, submitted TJ Brown. Went to split with Andre Fili, which a fight that could have gone either way. He could be on a 5-5 win streak right now. Won the fight over Jonathan Brito, who's an absolute pit bull. We know Brito, how good Brito is. Brito went out there, cashed that in ITD ticket for us over Jonathan Pierce, and knocked out Herbert Burns. But Herbert Burns was absolutely putting it on him in that first round. So Nelson is not all that dangerous. Nelson has been looking better recently, but I think this is a fight that I think Nelson's streak is coming to an end here. I like Bill Algeo a ton here. I got Bill Algeo in parlays. I think he's good everywhere. He has that karate stance striking style. He has his own gym, Algeo MMA and kickboxing. Yeah, I like Algeo here by decision. I think he's gonna pull it off by probably like 29-28 or maybe 30-27. I like Algeo here. I think Algeo's gonna get this done. I don't mind the money line on Algeo here. Algeo coming in at minus 230, so I got him in a parlay like minus 200 or minus 180, something like that. If you guys check the members tab, you'll see the parlay there. Yeah, I like Algeo here. I think it's a good parlay piece this weekend, and I think it goes over 2.5 rounds either way. I don't think Algeo's finishing Nelson. Algeo does have some knockdown power. I mean, he knocked down Hernandez, right? You can definitely clip you, but Nelson's tough. I don't think Nelson's gonna quit out there. Nelson has decent cardio too. He's not gonna quit out there like Herbert Burns from exhaustion. But I like Algeo here. I think Algeo's a really good parlay piece on this card. I'm gonna go Algeo by decision here. That's gonna be the pick. Nelson is dangerous. I mean, not dangerous. He's a good point fighter. Like he can definitely land some nice jabs out there. I think Algeo just way more skilled than Nelson. That's what it comes down to. And Nelson's not really gonna be shooting takedowns in this one, I think. Alright guys, so that's gonna be the pick. Bill Algeo by is gonna be the pick. Next up we got Nursulton Ruziboev taking on Sedriques Dumas. Now we're gonna go Nursulton Ruziboev here all day long. I think the lines is way too low for this one in my opinion. I mean, this guy Ruziboev is an absolute monster, good everywhere. I've seen a bunch of his fights. Whenever I'm doing regional MMA tape study and I see some guys that have fought him, I go back and watch those fights. I mean, this dude, he was getting taken down in some of his regional MMA fights. Has really good reversals, really good sweeps from bottom, and he's got some slam knockouts. I mean, he's slammed people on their head. Like this dude can do it all, man. Went out there against I think I had him as my favorite underdog of the week against Bruno Ferreira. Went out there. I think Bruno Ferreira. I think he shot a takedown and hit him. No, he hit him in the straight right. Then shot a takedown and clipped Bruno Ferreira and knocked him out the ground and pound. This dude is 6'5" with a 76-inch reach. Doesn't have the reach advantage here. Dumas actually has the reach advantage here. But I'm pretty confident that Ruziboev is going to get this done, man. I don't think Dumas is all that good. I bet on Dumas over Jaitar, and I was sweating it. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I was sweating it. He lost the second round. And if Jaitar had better card, he probably would have beat him and on that Abu Dhabi card. I think it was UFC 294. And Dumas does have some sneaky head kicks, but I think Ruziboev can take him down, submit him on the ground, or knock him out on the feet. Ruziboev is way better everywhere, and I think the line is way too low for this one, in my opinion. Line for Ruziboev is minus 265. I mean, I actually parlayed him back when he was like minus 310. So there's some money coming in on Dumas, I guess. But I think Ruziboev's gonna win this fight anywhere it goes. I like Ruziboev here a ton, and minus under 1.5, minus 120. I don't know about the under 1.5, but I think Ruziboev's gonna get him out of there pretty early. I think it goes under 1.5 either way. I'll take the under 2.5 just to be safer, but I like Ruziboev here as a parlay piece more than I like the unders and overs. Ruziboev here, minus 265 is an absolute gift. I think inside the distance is absolutely live here. I mean, Josh Fremd can submit a guy like Dumas. I think Ruziboev should be able to do it too. Yeah, I think didn't Josh Fremd take that neck of Dumas and submit him? Yeah, it was Josh Fremd to submit him with the guillotine choke in the second round. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ruziboev here by submission. The submission or like I don't know. It's just he's gonna submit him or he's gonna knock him out. I like the inside the distance. I think it's gonna be inside the distance either way. I'm gonna say submission. I think Dumas has a solid chin. I mean, he's a pretty tough guy to get out of there with punches. He can. I mean, Ruziboev can definitely knock him out on the feet too. I wouldn't be shocked if he knocks him out on the feet. I'm gonna say submission though. Ruziboev by submission. Yeah, Ruziboev probably club and sub. I think club and sub is highly likely here. Yeah, Ruziboev minus 265 is an absolute gift of a parlay piece in my opinion. He's my most confident pick on this card for a good reason too, because this guy's good everywhere as an absolute monster, really good wrestling, and a ton of power on the feet, really good submission skills. And Ruziboev is an absolute lock on this card. All right, guys. Next up, we have Chris Weidman taking on Bruno Silva. Why is Chris Weidman still fighting? I mean, former champion, credit to Chris Weidman, but Silva's gonna knock him out. I mean, Silva's gonna get him out of there. Silva, like he fought Share Bullet on that UFC 294 card, and he was taking down. He was taking down Share Bullet, man. Share Bullet either has horrible takedown defense. I think he does have horrible takedown defense. But Bruno Silva is smart enough where he was getting picked apart on the feet. Where then he's like, "Let me just take this guy down, bro." He's taking down Share Bullet. Bruno Silva is evolving. I don't know how he lost to GM3. I'm so puzzled. I don't know how he lost to Gerald Meerschaert. He got knocked down by Gerald Meerschaert and got clubbed, got subbed. I mean, I'm gonna go. I can't be other I'm gonna go Chris Weidman. I'm gonna go Bruno Silva by knockout here. I think he's gonna get Chris Weidman out of there. I don't know how Torres didn't get Chris Weidman out of there. He was absolutely picking him apart. Weidman is too slow and too stiff, too old. I'm gonna go Silva here. I think Silva's gonna get this done by knockout. I think Silva's gonna get him out of there, man. As much as I like Chris Weidman, he's a really good wrestler. I just don't think he's gonna get the takedowns on Silva. Bruno Silva coming in at minus 300. I think it goes. Does it go over 1.5? I'm not too sure about the over 1.5. Weidman is tough, but when you're getting old, you're eventually gonna get knocked out quicker and quicker. I cast over 2.5 rounds against Torres, but I think Silva has way more power than Torres, in my opinion. I'm gonna go second round knockout for Bruno Silva. I think this is gonna get him out of there. Bruno Silva by second round TKO is gonna be the pick here. I don't know about the overs. I wouldn't really trust the overs in this one. I don't think Bruno Silva is a bad parlay piece on this card. I think he can also win a decision here, land more damage on the feet, just clip him a couple of times. Because how does Chris Weidman win this fight? He's 40 years old. His takedown entries, his takedowns are not there anymore. He might get a takedown, but he's probably probably not gonna submit a guy like Bruno Silva. Yeah, I like Silva here. I think Silva gets it done by knockout, second and knockout for Bruno Silva. And Silva has a 73% takedown defense. He's fought some decent guys in the UFC, so I think his takedown defense will hold up here, and he's gonna get him out of there by second on TKO. Is gonna be the pick here. All right, guys. Next up, we got Vicente Luque taking on Joaquin Buckley, and tough fight, man. Joaquin Buckley was fighting at 185. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I'm not feeling too good. I took some medication last night too. So Vicente Luque, good everywhere, really good submission skills, really good wrestling. He picked him over RDA as a dog, and he came through for us. He wrestled RDA for like I think he wrestled him for like most of that fight. Won the fight 49-46. But we know RDA can get out wrestled. Joaquin Buckley actually has decent enough takedown defense. 65% takedown defense is honestly not terrible. Joaquin Buckley has more power on the feet. I think we have seen Joaquin Buckley get knocked out a couple of times. Luke has only been knocked out one time, I think. God damn it. Yeah, Luke, I'm gonna go with Luke by is he gonna get him out of there? I'm gonna go submission for Luke. I think he's live for a submission here. It's a tough fight. I mean, I don't know if I'll bet this fight. Could Joaquin Buckley look really good out there against Alex Morono? Morono just not really the best wrestler. I don't think Morono is the best wrestler out there. Kind of he'll like point fight his weight and maybe mixing a takedown on people. But Joaquin Buckley was close to knocking out Alex Morono. And he knocked out Andre Fialho, who's not in the UFC anymore. I'm gonna go Luque here by probably like second out submission. I think he can get a submission on Buckley, gets him to the ground. And I think the gap on the ground is way higher than the gap on the feet, in my opinion. And Luque is actually the bigger, taller fighter here by an inch, but not crazy height difference. But Luque, he was having those brain bleeds, so we gotta be careful with Luque if you're betting him here. Let's look at the line. So line for this one is Vicente Luque coming in at -135. Joaquin Buckley coming in at +115. Joaquin Buckley has some nice head kicks though, so Luque is going to watch out, man. He's got to be careful. I think either way goes under 2.5 rounds. I think we're going to see a finisher either way. I'm going to go with Luque by submission though. Second submission for Luque here. All right, guys. What's the next matchup? Yeah, how old is Buckley? I think he's like 29 years old. He's still 3 years younger here, so I'm gonna go with Luque here by submission. I think Luque is gonna get him out of there by submission. All right, guys. Next up, we're at the main event now. Make sure you guys hit the like down below. Become a member of the channel to support my channel and to support me, what I'm doing here. And yeah, make sure you guys leave a comment down below with your parlays that you like for next week. And let's get into the main event now, guys. Main event time. Erin Blanchfield taking a man in fear. I'm gonna go with Erin Blanchfield, man. This is the 5-round fight. This is the 3-round fight. I would pick Mannon here. I think Mannon's probably wins the 3-round fight here. This is the title eliminator here. Blanchfield's only 25 years old. She's like, I think she's like 25 years old. Still really young. Yeah, Blanchfield's only like 20. She's only 20. She's 24 years old, almost 25 years old. Like in a couple of months, in like a month and a half. Still really young, man. Blanchfield's making 10 improvements out there. Her wrestling is not that good. I don't think her wrestling's all that good. Couldn't get a single takedown. Taila Santos just wore her out with the pressure up against the cage. Taila Santos won the first round. Blanchfield is a girl that walk into punches. She'll walk into punches. Has a really good chin on her. She's tough. She's not gonna quit on herself out there, which I really like. Manon Fear is going to be the way better technical striker here. This is way better, has more knockout potential here. So if anyone's going to get a knockout, it's probably going to be Manon Fear on the feet. I mean, and Blanchfield gets a takedown, so you can definitely like work her way into crucifix position, like we've seen her do in the past. She's got really good submission skills on the ground, so you can wrap up a submission anytime. Manon Fear, we haven't really seen her in a 5-round fight. We've seen her in 3-round fights before. She fought Rose Namajunas. She was able to outstrike Rose Namajunas on the feet. It was a close fight though, but she was able to land the more impactful shots. Namajunas was injured in that one, so maybe Namajunas would have looked better if she wasn't injured. I think Command and Fear will win the first round. Second round, I think Blanchfield will take over in the third, fourth, and fifth. So that's why I see. That's how I see this fight going. I do have a bet on Blanchfield here. I'm going to be betting on to us here losing. You see, I don't think this is going to be the time where she's going to lose. She's still young. I mean, you're only going to get better when you're 24, 25 years old. And I do think Blanchfield is gonna come through with a win here. I got Blanchfield at I think it's minus 142 or minus 148. I think it's minus 148. If you guys check the members tab, you'll see the bet there on Blanchfield. I put it in last week. I'm not sure about the overs and unders. Over total those at 4.5 rounds. I'm not sure about the overs here. It could definitely go under because if Blanchfield's probably live for. If she gets a takedown, she can definitely. I think she's the way better grappler on the ground over Man and Fear. Man and Fear has really good takedown defense. He's shown like 92% takedown defense in the UFC. She's actually the one that took down Caitlin Chukagian before Chukagian changed her name to Serminara. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Blanchfield. I think Blanchfield will get this done. I don't mind the money line. I think she will get this done by decision, maybe like late submission. I'm gonna go decision. I think it's gonna be tough to submit a girl like Man and Fear, who's an absolute monster. But Man and Fear is 34 years old, so I don't think she's gonna get any better than she is right now. Man and Fear does have some power. She knocked out Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha Ricci came in a short notice up a weight class and got knocked out in that one. But I'm gonna go with Blanchfield. I think she's got a really good durability, really good chin, really good cardio, way better cardio than Man and Fear. Not the best, right? Not the better striker here. Not doesn't really have the best wrestling either. She couldn't get a single takedown on Tala Santos, but Tala Santos is a very physically strong girl. She's gonna be fighting in PFO in a couple of weeks from now. Then I'm talking Tala Santos. Tala Santos is fighting against some absolute cannon PFO from a couple of weeks from now. And I did have money on Blanchfield against Tala Santos, even though a lot of people were picking Tala Santos in that one. Yeah, if she can do that, Tala Santos just wear her out with the control, with the pressure. The winner Tala Santos. Some people think Tala Santos won the fight against Valentina Shevchenko. I'm gonna go Blanchfield. I think Blanchfield will get this done by decision. Is gonna be my pick, and I'm not too sure about the overs and unders. I think it goes over 4.5 rounds, but I'm not gonna bet it. I already have money on the Blanchfield. I'm just gonna chill and just see how this fight goes. I think Blanchfield by decision. I think she's gonna win third, fourth, and fifth round here. That's gonna be the pick. All right, guys. So Blanchfield by decision is gonna be the pick. Co-main event: Luque by submission, Brunasova by knockout, Ruziboev by submission, Bill Algeo by decision, Chidi Njokuani by KO, Nate Landwehr by decision. Nate Landwehr is also live for submission though, if he can wrap up a submission on the ground, but probably not though. Godinez by decision, Julio Arce by KO, Connor Matthews by decision, Ivo Aslan by KO, Victoria Dudakova by decision, Andre Petroski by decision, and Caolán Loughran by decision. Those are going to be the picks for UFC Atlantic City, guys. And let's talk about parlays now. The parlay that I have for this card. And if you guys check the members tab, we did a parlay for this card. It's a risky parlay because I got an underdog in there. But let's go with the Nursulton Ruziboev. I think he's absolutely gonna win. And let's go with I think Connor Matthews can get this done too. But if you guys want to say parlay, I like Brunasova and Nursulton Ruziboev here for say parlay. But then you can go you can go with who's the guy I was thinking about? Bill Algeo. Bill Algeo. Yeah, Bill Algeo. Plus 162 for that you like parlay. I like that you like parlay. But the parlay that I did already is Bill Algeo and Nursulton Ruziboev and Connor Matthews for plus 315. Good parlay. I like this parlay. I put this in last week. And I think this parlay can definitely cash. I think Connor Matthews will probably more than like. I think Connor Matthews is going to get it done by decision. I like this parlay. I think this parlay can definitely cash. Alright guys, make sure you guys hit the like down below, support the channel, become a member, and I'm gonna give some shout out to all the members that we already have on the channel. Let's give some shout out to the members, man. People that support the channel. I appreciate you guys all. Big shout out to Nate Brown. Nate Brown's he's gifted over like 10 memberships on the channel. I appreciate you, bro, big time. Shout out to Angela Rosendo, supporting the channel. Appreciate you, Angela. TG, Lou Samperano, Trevor Herman, Little Spencer, Denial 218, I'm McCliffs, Devin 4K, UFC Casual, YFF, Mark, the Big G, Ernie B, Tomo, Lane, Infected, Western Mass Climber, Shanti, Rigo. We got Mario Barrios 420. We got Firearm. Guys, go check out Firearm, man. He makes really good content. And me and him will probably break down this card later this week. We'll probably do a podcast on my channel. I'll bring him on my channel, and we'll break down the fights on the live stream. And go check out his channel, man. He's really good peoples, and he's we gotta get our boy Firearm to 100 subs now. He's getting close up there. And shout out to GMD MMA also. Without your help, the channel wouldn't be possible. And I appreciate everyone that's watching this video right now. I appreciate you guys also. And I hope you guys enjoy this full card breakdown video. A little bit later this week because I had to go and do some tape study. So it took me some time to do some tape study. But still got it out on Sunday, so I'm happy. So I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Catch me in one of my live streams. I'll probably go live later tonight. I'm feeling a little better than I was yesterday. My cough is still fucking bothering me, so I apologize for coughing during this videos at times. So, but good luck on all your bets, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I hope you guys cash all your bets next week. If you guys have a question for me, you can hit me up on Instagram. I'll reply to everyone that I can. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Take it easy, and I hope you guys enjoy this card. Later.